Hi. 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 Hey, Greybo, thank you so much for the raid. I'm not 100% ready yet, but how are you doing? Thank you so much for sharing your community. Were you painting some lunar wolves? Hey. I'm still doing some, I'm still doing some pre-stream prep on socials and whatnot. How was your stream? What are you up to? Welcome, raiders. I'm Tiger. I paint Warhammer and play video games. We like to do a lot of different things here. We tend to play games with chat and stuff. I hope you have a lovely time with our community. Thank you so much for trusting us with your thing. You're gonna do a lot. Absolutely. Oh, you're doing the latest Genshin patch. I don't know much about Genshin or the Hoyoverse games. It's not really my thing because I know myself with gachas. I end up spending too much money and I refuse to do that again. I refuse to do that to myself because yeah. ah. Ah. Okay, I need to ping my server and then we are all good to go. Ah. Okay, we are good. We are good to go. You're just there for the story and so on. That's fair. That's fair. I do enjoy a good gaming story game. Where's my VTube studio? I'm slightly too log. I'll put myself down here. Yes. Kind of. Yes. This works. This works. Hang on. Am I going to veer off the screen? I don't think I will. Will I? Move myself here. Just to be sure. So today, chat, we have we're going to continue our work with I'm going to continue our work. Have you tried Graber? Have you played Expedition 33? I'm going to keep telling you and everyone else that you all should play Expedition 33 if you haven't. I'm going to consistently berate people who haven't given that game a chance because it's just that good that everyone, I feel, needs to play it. Also, for the quality of the game and the amount of time it takes to play it and actually finish the story, it's well worth the money. I mean, if someone charged $80 for the cost of Expedition 33, I'd actually say, yeah, probably in this day and age, it's probably worth it compared to most of the things that cost less than that. Look at the reach stream. We're telling everyone to buy the new release. Bitch, I got it for free. So yeah, no, I probably shouldn't. You know, you can take any recommendation from me with a pinch of salt. Wah, wah, wah. Hey, Char, how you doing? How you doing? I need to make sure I've scrolled up and said everyone. Hey, Phantom, how you doing? We are working on the Danger Noodle today. Hey, Metal. Hey, Kata-chan. Kata-chan, you were literally here before anyone else. You got here before Seribot. Holy shit. Hey, Char. Thank you for the lurk earlier. Okay, you are speed. Not very good. Oh, Char. I hope that you can relax at least. So, this week, we have part of a plan. Part of a plan, you see. My goal is very simple. We are going to get all the skin tones finished on the miniature. And I just realized something very important. That Pink has taken to another room. I need my paint mixer. Where the fuck is my paint mixer? Pink! Fuck. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Ah! You got to finish that Mephiston. Ooh, very nice. I saw your whip of it before. It was really nice. Wait, have you posted an update? Let me have a look. I'll have a look. I'll have a look in the art channel. Oh, holy shit, that's amazing. Wait, no. $2 hours. Oh, yeah. Wait, is the hair meant to be black on Mephiston? I thought Mephiston had blonde hair. Or are you just doing it differently? But God, that looks amazing. That looks amazing so far. Okay, I'm gonna quickly get my paint mixer, chat. I will return in a moment. Thank you, degenerate. I can't believe this fucking degenerate stealing my paint mixer, not returning it. It's totally a paint mixer, chat. Don't worry about the noise. Don't worry about it. He does a haircut. Oh, he dyed his hair. Lol. That's fair. I've only ever seen him like painted blonde. Can't believe Pink steals my paint mixer and then just doesn't return it. Can you imagine, chat? Can you imagine? So my plan today is a very simple and cunning plan. We're gonna do the skin as a very pale blue kind of thing, fading the more we get to like this scaly area. And it's going to turn into a deep green. And we are going to do the fins and the wings all in a bit of a darker color. That's the plan, at least. Now, I don't know if I need to thin a thematic blue, because I kind of use it on plasma guns, and it's generally quite good for plasma glow without even needing to like add any white over it. If you just want quick plasma glow. So I'm gonna start out in the I'm gonna start out. Let me check. So this is where I want to hold the miniature, I think, today. So let me just adjust the focus so that it's not going to be blurry at this range. Yeah, we're gonna do all the skin and fleshy bits. If I can get the green and blue skin bits done, I will be a happy bean. There, I think that's the best focus. 252. Can we get better? Yeah, about there's the best I think we can do. What? Ah! Also, if you're curious, I was doing some kit bashing earlier. I'm very happy with how they've turned out. Some people on Reddit were saying that like he didn't look too Emperor, too Space Marine-y. So I put the little Slanesh icon on his chest to cover up the silver nest symbol. He's got like the knee pad from the Emperor, from the Noise Marines, and he's got another one back there, but you can't see it so well. And I took a little Screamer pistol and put it in his back to kind of like fill in that space, to be like the thing. And he's got little Emperor's Children emblems there. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with how this guy has turned out as a kit bash for a Demon Prince. Like he's the right size for a Demon Prince, even though he's a lot more slender. And then this Demon Prince is a lot bigger. I'm kind of really happy with how I ended up doing the eyes. How I got like these thorny vines just growing out of her eye sockets. And I cut off her nose to do this whole like faceless kind of look. Some people said she wasn't looking too chaosy before, and someone said I should give her an extra arm. So I was like, okay, give her an extra arm. I tried to give her a fourth arm, but there's nowhere it can really comfortably fit without me having to do a ton of extra work, and I'm too lazy for that. She has a tail now, so, you know, there's that. Switching to pistol is faster than reloading the flute. No, he's got Hellforged weapons. He just blows the flute at people. I kind of had the idea that he was going to be like a Pied Piper character, and that's how he became a Demon Prince, by like sacrificing a bunch of souls that were seduced by the Song of Slanesh to Slanesh. Lol. I'm still not sure if I want to go with purple armor or not on Fulgrim. I feel like He's already going to stand out because of the different gold tint. It's a lot of work to tint the armor. I just dipped my brush and cleaned it off, realizing that I'd dipped my brush. Wow. Wow. But anyway, let's get some painting. So we're going to start with athematic blue on all of these like fleshy bits here. You want to just be very careful. Yeah, no, athematic blue is quite pale, so we should be able to gradually just let this be a solid color on things like, say, the upper body and the arms and stuff. Now, I need to remember that what I want is actually to paint away from the center, because where you remove your brush is actually where the most paint pools. Whereas, so I want it to pool the most where it's going to be darkest. Yes, Graybo, we're actually painting Fulgrim. I started Fulgrim like a week ago, and like 2 weeks ago, and then I haven't done any work on him since. So I'm like, yeah, I would like to paint some Fulgrim, please. Thanks. He is a very cool model, very big, very intimidating as far as projects go because of like just the sheer size of it. But I figure between like my usual ink painting kind of like stuff, we should be able to make a reasonably good, have a reasonably good go at this. He's going to be a very blue-green Fulgrim, I think, is the overall goal here. Probably going to need to reshade some of, or well, highlight some of the skin as well. But yeah, it's literally in the name of the stream. What did you think I was going to say? I'm painting Fulgrim and not paint Fulgrim, lol. Fulgrim is a scary lad as long as he can stay focused. Yeah, but Fulgrim never stays focused. Have you met him? Or you read him in the lore, lol. He's terrifying even to like the people that want to support him. I think I might need to highlight this a little bit, but that's fine. God, I hate how shaky my hands are. Nerve damage is a fucking pain in the ass when you're trying to paint miniatures. Like, I have to force my hand down onto the table so that it stays still. Oh, do I have my Coelia green shade? That would probably go quite well for like doing some like washes towards the end of the stream. Yeah, I think that would work quite well. If I can get the green tone, if I can get all the skin tones done, I will be quite happy. And I think we're going to go with like a pinkish color for the fins and then a deep purple for the spines. And we're going to try and mimic this across the wings as well, I think, is the overall plan. How have you all been, by the way? I was doing some book reading for YouTube earlier. Still working on Caiaphas Cain. I am very excited. I'm really enjoying I'm really enjoying Sandy Mitchell's writing. She does a great job. Look at this little noodle. Look at this little noodle here in the cat cam. Did you read Darktide patch notes today? I did not read Darktide patch notes. Why? Has something happened? I don't know why I'm painting this. No one's even going to see this part of the model. Well, what's happening in Darktide, Phantom? There will be some more Darktide streams at some point. I do want to dip into Helldivers as well, because apparently Super Earth has been invaded in Helldivers, which sounds very cool. That sounds like it's a great little event to be involved in, and I'm very curious to see how that's going to pan out. Hey Cobus, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Level 30 rejects will no longer talk about rattlings. I think it's a joke on predictions. Oh, that's cute and funny. Hi. Oh, you're sweet. We're still doing a lot of work. We have a long way to go before I think we'll be close to finished. It's mostly thanks to using the airbrush and some layering we did before we actually started to put transparent paints over it. Anyone can do what I do. It's just a matter of like finding the right approach. And there's lots of different ways to paint like this as well. I kind of go with what's easiest so I can show other people how to make models that they think look good. Because I think it's important to get lots of people able to paint. Because if you go with the easiest way and let people see that, then they can get involved in the hobby too. And it's lovely to see, because there are a lot of painters in our community, like Katachan in chat, who paint way better than I do. But I'm all about, mostly about getting things looking nice, specifically on the battlefield. But my armies do look quite nice on the tabletop. But they don't take nearly as much time as, say, a display painter will do, which is good. Oh, you're sweet, Cobus. I think me and many other VTubers don't feel confident in our voices. But it's always nice when someone gives a compliment to it. So thank you. You're a sweet bean. I wonder how deep a green I'll end up tinting this to. Oh, that needs to be blended in a bit better. Part of the problem with this miniature is just how coily it is. It's very difficult to kind of like perceive with accuracy just how to approach certain elements of the paint job. Oh, hi G-Can. Oh, I try and be nice to people. I try and have a nice welcoming atmosphere. But I hope that you have a nice time in our community here. There's lots of wonderful painters. What am I doing? I need to do this bit. I'm so glad I didn't glue this guy to the base before I started to paint him. I'm probably going to do the other Demon Princes, maybe not next week, but once Fulgrim is done. I think they're interesting projects to do. Oh, you're sweet, Cobus. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Wait. Oh my god, wait, do you think we're getting a rattling added? That would be cool. That would be very cool for, that would be very cool for, Darktide. I wonder what kind of builds they would have access to. I was thinking the next class would be like an enforcer type. But I am very curious. It should be interesting to see next week at Skulls when they do the full announcement. But the fact that they've done a cinematic trailer for it... Do you hear the voices too?
Big Brokobus 2 just followed.
Thank you for the follow, Cobus. I hope you have a lovely time here. Yeah. I'm very curious to see what they announce at the Skulls event next week. This week. It's on Friday. There's a bit of me that thinks, maybe we should do a watch-along on stream. Could be fun. It's not super late. It's not super late. I can't even remember what I'm doing on Friday. I did not update the schedule for on the Twitch schedule, I don't think. But I did update the schedule. Thank you for the luck. Fungi, hi. I might do some Helldivers next week, chat. Wow. Oh god, the placement on that redeem. Wow. I forgot. I keep moving my avatar, and so when all of the Tangia redeems, they don't move with me. Ah. I've had so much pizza today, chat. I haven't even eaten dinner because of how much pizza we had earlier. It was really nice. We had Domino's for the first time in actual use. I just realized I'm painting off stream again. We had Domino's for the first time in the year. I can't believe you've done that. Pizza sounds good. It was really nice. What's wrong, Cobus? Thank you for the pat, though. I hope you have a nice luck. And I will see you when you get back, I hope. Chat, do we think we can finish the Fulgrim today? I don't know that we can. I don't know that we can finish him today. But we can certainly have a good go at it. You forgot to tell me something. What did you forget to tell me? You have a Sanguinor to finish by tomorrow. Oh shit, is that what you're painting, Kata-chan? I believe in you. It's not the first Sanguinor you've painted either. So you got this. Are you painting it the same as the other one? Or are you painting it in a new color scheme? Aww. You're a sweet bean, Cobus. Thank you. What? So I'm thinking I want to go with magenta on the fins and the wings. That is what I reckon will probably look the best. Like, not the wings as in the wings, but like the wing membrane. I think that'll look really nice. What? Oh yeah, the giveaway is ending. The giveaway is going to end next week. Then at the end of our Lies of P stream, we did in fact get an extra key. So we've got 3 Steam keys to give away. Three Steam keys to give away, and 1 Xbox key that can work on both PC and console. No PlayStation keys, because I just figure less people are going to have a PlayStation 5 than they are going to have a PC or an Xbox. But technically, a PC is an Xbox. So, yeah. What nickname do I like? Well, some people call me Scuff, lol. Many people just call me Tiger, though. Some people try and shorten it, but I don't know that Tiger's a name that needs shortening. I don't know that it is. I'm not so sure. No one really does nicknames for me. I've never been one for nicknames. Not that I dislike the idea of nicknames. It's just that I don't get them, usually. Tigerificant. Well, cat, Scuff the Cat, that's true. Scuff the Cat is what most people call me, if they're not calling me Tiger. Eventually that's going to be the official name. Possibly. Probably. I need to get a new logo, really. That's all I'm waiting on. I need to get like an official, like an actual logo designer. Do the thing. And probably a new model. And a lore video. Also, I think at the end of this week, the poll ends to see what my first form is going to be as Scuff the Cat on Discord. I'm very curious to see what kind of model you're going to pick. Most people seem to be leaning towards the idea of a chibi cat, which would be cute. And also cheaper, let's be honest. Chibi models are cheaper than full-size models, which makes it a lot more easier to like actually get done. And I know that if it's 3D, pink can help with a lot of things. For like general redeems and stuff. I think the end game goal is to have a really nice 2D, live 2D full-size model. But that doesn't need to be anytime soon, you know? We don't need to start out with that. Tig is okay. Tig is okay. Yes. I don't dislike Tig. Is it Tig or Tig? How does one pronounce that? Tig. Oh. I need to go in and do these bits. I think we're just gonna do everything sort of mostly at the same time. Tiger, you got to go? That's okay, Cobus. I hope you have a wonderful day. TIG. You like Tiger more? That's fair. Tiger more. Tiger more. Wow. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and maybe I will see you later. Perhaps. Perhaps. Hmm. Where does it go? Where am I painting, chat? I'm painting under here. Okay. Where am I going? Oh right, we need to paint the cake. The cake will be painted today. I'm thinking I want the cake to be quite dark. Like, just so that we can maybe do like a glossy, like black wash over it. I think it would be a nice texture, you know? I like the idea of a very glossy, like slippery, slithery looking skin on the snake body. I'm also not too fussed if any of the contrast paint overlaps with the metallics we've done before, because I think it just, a little bit of overlap is okay to help it all blend together a bit. Okay. Hey Major, how you doing? Lovely to see you again. You are the autism gremlin and this is your home now. Oh, Cobus. I hope you have a lovely time here. I also have the tism, so sometimes I don't always understand things that people say. So I just assume people mean good by it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that body to dry. And since we're doing all of the skin, we'll do the arms and the wing arms next. The arms are probably going to be quite chill, because I think my plan for these is just to leave them in one coat. These are a bit more of a pale element. We might do a green wash on them later, maybe. Or I might stipple some of the skin tone up to a slightly paler color. But I think he's quite pale as is. Try and get rid of some of the pooling here. Do I need to put that on the hand? I think I do. Once again, if there's a little bit of an overspill from the skin onto the rest of the model, I can kind of just call that like a bit of a glow. I'm not sure if this is meant to be armor or not on his fingers. I know he has gloves, but I don't think he's got any actual armor. I really like Athematic Blue. It's a good color. Just a good paint. I'm having a great time. I've had a very chill, relaxing, lazy day. Just being comfy and hanging out with Pink, and yeah, just being comfy, hanging out with Pink, having a nice time. Yeah, just having a nice time. I can't really complain. We had pizza for brunch, and we still have lots of pizza left. Because it's buy one get one free on Tuesdays here. So we had pizza, and it was nice. We had a cheeseburger pizza, but we swapped out the tomatoes on the topping for meatballs, and we had a meat feast. But Pink doesn't like mushrooms, so we swapped those out for chicken strips. It was very tasty. I hope you've been well as well, Major. We kind of just had a couch nap as well. And then I was just kind of tidying up my desk. We were doing some housework together. It was a nice day, you know? Just a very nice, normal day. The kind of day I think everyone needs to have every now and again, you know? I did some audio recording for a YouTube book, which I am excited for. I am excited for. I make you hungry for pizza. Who's Pink and why is she hanging out with me? She's my girlfriend. She lives here. She's literally in the living room. Lol. I play Baldur's Gate on her streams. Lol. And then I'm gonna drag her through Elden Ring at some point in the future, which will be fun for me. I don't know if it'll be fun for her, but it'll be fun for me. I'm sure she'll survive and be fine. Hopefully, probably, maybe. Lol. I make you hungry for pizza. Good. Indulge. Acquire pizza. Treat yourself. I actually haven't usually I have dinner before stream, but like the pizza we had was so filling. Like we didn't even get through like half of it. Probably not even a quarter of it. Like it's been a long time since I felt pizza was that filling. But I haven't had Domino's in years, and Domino's is usually just kind of like it's okay. But yeah, no, this time this morning, I think it was because also it was really good because we ordered quite early, like before their lunch rush. So what we got was actually just really nice and fresh, and a good time generally speaking. Now the wing knuckles, I think I want to blend them into a more darker color, don't I? Homemade is always the way. That's fair. Thank you for the luck, Copus. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful sleep. This is Pink. Well, that's fair.
What?
Wow. That was not something I've expected. Well, and I don't think anyone's ever used that button before, though. I kind of like how there's like cybernetic elements from like the power pack on his armor, like integrated into the wings. I feel like it's very cool. And do we paint this bit here in the wing membrane color? I feel like it's defined enough that we should. Yeah. I don't know. Oops. Okay, I think we'll paint up to here. And then the rest can be a darker color that we will overlap into here. And we'll base the color choices on what we do with the body next. Well, if you paint the outer edges and leave the skin between the bones, like it is. We could do. We could do. It wouldn't look bad. I don't think this color looks bad. But like for the membrane, I don't know. I mean, we could leave the membrane as white. That probably wouldn't look bad either. We could leave the membrane as white, but there's already a little bit of a color splash onto the wing membrane. So I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways we can approach this. But for now, I just want to get these basic bits laid down. So we're just going to focus on one color at a time. Once we get this bit of the skin down, I think what we'll do is we'll do the flayed bits where the skin is peeled back, which is mostly going to be quite easy. It's going to be basically just Volupus pink and then a red, like a magenta wash over it. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. I did not finish painting this bit properly. Hey, Nagel. You're glad that there was a 50% increase in requisitions till tomorrow for Space 22. Oh, yes. I got some of that. I have not played as much of it as I probably could have. You know what, bugger? I'm just going to paint this whole bit. This whole bit can just be one color. Because I've already done it on one side. I might as well just go all in. How you doing, Nagel? It's always lovely to see you. Are you excited for the Darktide update when it comes out? They're going to announce the details on Friday. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a new class. What that class is, I suppose we'll have to wait and see. But either way, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Hey, PSX, how you doing? I should probably play a bit more Space Marine too. Maybe after we finish what our plan is to do tonight, if we've got some extra time at the end, we might dip in and do some Space Marine too. Just some casual, unarchived stuff, so it won't be a VOD or anything. It really depends. So I doubt I'm going to finish the whole model in one night. But I also know that I tend to get quite carried away when I get really into a painting project and end up staying up super late till like 1 or 2 a.m. when I've got work the next day, which I do have. So I need to put a hard limit on like when I stop. Otherwise, I will end up staying up silly late again. As I have the tendency to do. Yeah, that looks about right. Couple of bits here and there. Oh. Just dab up some of the paint that's already down. Put that on here. I'm not sure what color to do those horns on his head. Stay up late. You know you want to. No. No PC specs under the video. I don't want to have sick leave. I'll have to talk to HR, and I've already spoken with them enough. Wow. I don't want to get in trouble at work again. I can't afford to. Unfortunately. Okay. What's next? So the next color I am thinking... Oh, I didn't paint his booty. We're not going to paint his booty in the next phase either. I need to double check my paint chart, but I'm pretty sure it's Crocscore scales before Pterodon turquoise. I'm pretty sure. You know what the time's for? Painting. Well, you're doing good. You just need to move the heavy Volta from heavy Volta and focus on upgrading the heavy melter. I prefer the heavy plasma incinerator. I prefer the heavy plasma incinerator for the heavy class. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, I think I'm right. Yeah. Pterodon turquoise. No, it's Crocscore scales, and then Pterodon turquoise will be the darkest of the three. I do think Crocscore scales has the most saturation. Let me get this mixed up. I've not actually used either of these paints before. Ooh, which one do I think looks best, Katachan? Sorry, I didn't see that until now. I'd say the left one. The left one's face looks way, like, more expressive. And it looks tidier as well. I think I prefer the very pale gold on the one on the right, though. That's just a personal preference in terms of, like, color temperature. I also think you've done the shading on the sword better on the one on the left. And just overall better. It's a lot more defined and clear. Yeah. Definitely the one on the left. Though I will say, I think the gemstone on the little blood drop on the one on the right looks a little bit more better. Like I think you've got higher contrast on the one on the little blood gemstone on the right one, so it looks a bit more yeah. It looks a bit more God, what's the word I want to say? Shinier. Yes, it looks shinier. What have we been doing for the last 10 streams? Every time staying up until silly o'clock at night. But I don't want to feel like crap all day at work and then stream afterwards. Wow. I preach self-care, chat, and I have to practice what I preach eventually. You gotta look out for yourself. I'm no exception to that. I have to look out for myself. Sometimes, chat, you just have to finger paint to get those blends the way you want. I'm really quite liking these this Croc Score Scales paint though. It's a very nice color. Very high saturation. And on this bit I don't need to worry about blending. Yet. We may do down the line. On this upper bit, no. Because we've got that fin there to clearly separate the segments. But that fin is, there is going to be, I think I am going to just pop this in here, just to add a bit more saturation where it's darker. Even though it's very dark and we can't really see much, I am going to just get all of this bit covered. Even as this might seem a bit pointless. Because I don't really want any black to be visible. I'd like, at the very least, to have everything be somewhat saturated on the darker areas. To me, that feels very Slaanesh, you know? Get all of the color in. There's only so much monster you can ingest. I can't. I don't want to drink. We only have one can in the house and it's for Pink. It's Pink's monster. Until she goes to the shop tomorrow while I'm at work to get more. Which I am gonna need her to do because I have a stream after work tomorrow and I always need a monster when I'm streaming after work. That's just how it works, chat. I'm gonna use a wet brush and move some of this paint around just to try and blend it a little bit better than it currently is while it's still drying. I like wet blending. I think it's a nice technique that's surprisingly simple to like pick up. The important thing is not to let any like stains form. But what do we think, chat? What do you think of that kind of gradient? It feels... It feels like you guys can't see as well what I can see here. Hang on, let me adjust some of the camera settings. Yeah. That looks a bit more realistic. That looks a bit more true to the thing. I think I need a bit more light. Hang on. Can this get any lighter? Because in fact I cannot. Where's the other light? There is a light here. I think it's moving to the other side of the room. I have enough light to paint with, but I don't think it's as well lit as it could for stream, if that makes sense. Which is the only reason I'm doing this. Because my painting lamp is enough for me, but I don't think it's enough for stream. That's very warm, let's change that. Just move that a bit closer. Yeah, I think we're doing okay for now. We still have a long ways to go though. A long ways to go. And we're gonna do this upper area. I like how much more saturated this paint is than the achromatic blue. I think it makes it a lot easier to do these kinds of like different... Ooh! Rip that brush, I guess. I should not be putting the model on a fucking palette. Fortunately, the palette is not wet. Welcome back, Major. I have not done much since Agile. Oh, Daily Truck Fact. Hell yeah, let's go. I was wondering when that was coming. What is our Daily Truck Fact today? I am very curious. Some older truck. Today's daily truck fact. Some older trucks, like the Volvo F88 and F89, use a gearbox setup called a range splitter crawl combo, giving up to 20 forward gears. But here's the kicker. The driver had to manually switch the range, then flip the splitter, then sometimes toggle a separate crawler gear lever, all while driving, shifting from first low split to 8th high split involved at least 16 gear changes, plus clutching. True gearbox gymnastic. And yes, you messed up the splitter. You ended up in neutral at 8 kilometers per hour with 40 tons. Oh god. I don't know what neutral is, but I feel like every time someone's said it when it comes to driving, it's been a bad thing. Is that like when the gearbox is in the middle of everything? So you're not in any gear, it's just like... Yeah. That's my uneducated understanding of it. This could actually be a lot darker. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to go over all the gold again. That's fine. I only wasted a bit of lost the first Fulgrim stream doing the gold, and it wasn't that much. My god, there's a lot of gold on this model. A lot of jewelry and little details. I'm thinking Doomfire Magenta as the first color for the as the first color for these finned areas, and we'll slowly sometimes you do just have to finger paint your Warhammer chat. It might seem a bit weird, but it works. It works. Neutral is when you're not in gear. It's good if you need to push the car. Oh god. Neutral is when the engine is separated from the gear. Oh god. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good for your car at all. Maybe this whole section should just be, yeah, no. That makes life nice and simple. This whole area just gets done in Croxagore scales. That just makes life a lot simpler. This model is kind of terrifying, though, I have to admit. It's a lot. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but there's so much going on. And there's so many, like, different ways you could approach painting it as far as color goes. Like, it's a fantastic hobby project. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's a shame, like, Fulgrim is, sadly not that good on the tabletop. Like, he's good at killing stuff, but, like, I don't know. He should be the character killer, but he's just not. There are, unfortunately, too many things that can stand up to him, which is weird, considering he's, like, meant to be the deadliest Primarch in the setting. Like, he's killed every other... Like, he's killed more Primarch-level threats than everything, and Primarch-level threats are meant to be, like, the most dangerous thing you could ever have to deal with. Next to the Emperor himself. And maybe things like the Silent King. But then again, his novel's not out yet, so I suppose we'll see what the Silent King is actually like in his book, I hope. I should probably think about getting the Dawn of Fire series at some point. some point. But I have so many things on my reading list, it's not going to be for a long time. And if I leave it too long, it might no longer be relevant. And if it's not relevant to the current setting... Actually, then again, 40k doesn't exactly move quickly in terms of its story and lore. So, I guess there's no point in me thinking about it until it's like I run out of stuff in my reading list. But I'm pretty sure, unless something really big comes up, that shifts my attention to it. You go from 1 to neutral to 2. Oh, that's how it works. Remember the video sending stream where the diagram with gears? Yes. Oh, so neutral is like, yeah, so it's in between everything. Okay, that makes sense. I am learning, chat. I am learning about cars and stuff. I am becoming educated. You know what would be fun? Do you think it would be a fun stream if I had like one of those like driving simulator setups, and then like we could do a Tiger simulated driving lessons thing? I feel like that would not go well for me, but I feel like it would be really funny. But it'd also be incredibly expensive to set up, but like I think it would be funny, chat. Do you not think? I feel like it would be funny. Not for me, but for you guys. So to say, yeah, Euro Truck Simulator, here we come. Well, maybe. I feel like I'd need pedals to understand everything. And like a gear shift. Otherwise I'd just cheat and drive in manual. I know myself, chat. I know myself. I'm enjoying how blue my paint water is becoming. I don't know why. I just think it looks nice. Yeah. More paint off of the brush. Progress on the Sangana has been made. Hell yeah. I don't need the full Sims setup. God. For her, it's gonna be enough with a Logitech G2. What? I don't know what these things are. Wow. I don't know what they are, chat. It's a fancy controller, right? That's what Logitech makes, right? Ooh. G29. They do lots of stuff. It's a gaming wheel model. Okay. I don't like using gaming wheels for driving. Wow. Just let me use a controller. Wow. You know, I'll put it on Throne. If someone buys it for me, then I'll do the thing. then I'll use it. Lol. We can do. Then we can do the thing. If you'll really want me to do it with one of those fancy controllery doodads. I'm not gonna get everything. Maybe I should. I don't know. Yeah, no, bugger it. I'll just do the whole thing. Maybe towards the crab claw it can go back to being brighter. Then this whole bit is like very low dark, so I want to increase the saturation on it by quite a bit. Gonna stipple in this bit. There's a bit there I've missed. I like how that's just slowly becoming a very deep blue, like instead of the black it used to be not that long ago. I think what I would like let this tip tail bit here become bright again. I'm still gonna need to get in where it joins the scales on this bit, just to help create some definition. Okay. Doesn't color fade when it gets dry? It depends on the intensity of the pigment used. And what else you do to it afterwards. In some cases, yes. But it's all dependent on the kind of paint you're using more than anything. Something to wipe this excess paint off on. I need to remember that I do in fact have a beverage here and that I need to drink it. Both the caffeinated and the non-caffeinated beverage. I have coffee that is kind of slowly getting cold. In a couple of months, especially if you start driving in games, you should add sim racer and truck tags. Maybe. It depends. Driving terrifies me, though. I'll be honest. I will be 100% frank on that. The concept of driving is alien and scary to me. But maybe someday. I would like to learn to drive. I just don't know if I'd be good at that. And I'm terrified of what could happen if I'm not good at driving. I think I'd be a super defensive, very paranoid, slow driver that would piss people off on the road. But you know, I'd rather be an annoyance than a danger. So that's fine by me. But the full gussy. I love that someone at Games Workshop decided I'm gonna sculpt a really caked up snake butt on this guy. I love how someone in the art department decided, yeah, no, it's what's gonna happen, and no one can stop me. And everyone kind of just said, okay. This absolute fucking bakery here. Don't drink the paint. I'm not drinking the paint water. Wow. Wow. Trust me, there are lots of dangerous drivers, but the awareness comes with experience. I suppose. Tiger's Road to Trucker Babe. God. There are so many things I need to do. There are so many things I need to do, chat. I don't know that I could commit to learning to drive cars at the same time. Okay. Let's go over all of the wing knuckles. This is going to take some time. Oh, actually, I've also just remembered there's another bit on the body that I might need to have a look at. Bugger. Ah. I think I need to switch to a smaller brush for this bit. So I'm going to. Oh yeah, these sidey bits. These sidey bits here. While I'm still using this brush, I'm gonna get on with these. I'll get in and do the cross-score scales, just tinting this area here a bit, as it gets more towards the front. I mean, as it goes from the back to the front. Cool. That's the athematic blue done for now. Okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? Hang on. Hang on, someone's querying something. I need to check mod actions. How do I see mod actions? Oh, metal. There was a guy that was banned an hour ago. I didn't see Yeah, apparently there's a guy that was banned an hour ago by you. I don't know what it was for. They're just DMing me asking now. That's really weird. Usually I see stuff like that. If that's not a thing, then we can unban them. But yeah. I don't know that they are. They just messaged me on Twitch. I don't know if they've messaged me on Discord or anything. So I mean, if they're bad, the fact that they've yeah, they just DM'd me on Twitch. They're wondering why they were banned. I feel like I understand wanting to ban bots, but person from yesterday. There's no drama. Yeah, they followed like a date yesterday. They followed yesterday. And that doesn't mean that they're like a bot or anything. Ah, I'll fix my spine. Oh, that's true. That's true. Some people just follow for giveaways. I mean, I feel like we shouldn't be too overzealous. Like, I've got a list of giveaway bots. Like, and not everyone is not everyone who enters the giveaway. Some people get drawn in by the giveaways, you know, and then they end up joining the community. Some people are lurkers, you know? I think it's important to, like, not be too zealous. Though I do understand it, and I know you're trying to look out for the best interests of the channel. So thank you. But let's not be too zealous. That's fine, Metal. Yeah, unban them, please. It's Hardware 31. Besides, no one's ever, like, actually, like, reach... I feel like a bot wouldn't reach out to, like... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a real bot wouldn't reach out. But yeah, that should be fine now. Cool. I understand. I understand that whole. I just feel like just like with Discord, we need to be a bit less. It does. There's no real urgency to things unless they're like disrupting the stream, you know. And a real bot wouldn't reach out. But hardware, if you're in the stream, I know you said you went AFK for a bit and was lurking. But if you're in the stream, you may need to re-enter the giveaway. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure because this has not happened before. But yeah. If the bot doesn't acknowledge if you re-enter again, then you're already in and you don't have to worry. I don't know. You might have to refollow that. I don't know how it works because if you've been banned and then how does it work? Can you follow people when you're still banned? How does that work? Even if it's only temporary, I don't know how it all works. Like this is the first time since I've started streaming where it's actually like happened in the middle of a stream before. So yeah, I don't know what to think. I suppose we'll all find out together, won't we, chat? Yeah. Still, I'm glad that we're gonna get lots of people like nice games soon. Maybe on Monday we're going to do the giveaway next week. Because I've got like 4 prizes now. The first one I draw will be the Xbox key, because I think more people will be interested in the Steam keys. But there are more Steam keys. So, yeah. I can paint the pot. I don't know. I kind of want to create blends. Blending is what I want to do. I kind of want to create blends, but also this isn't the final color. This is not the final color. I kind of want things to be nice and harmonious, so I'm not so sure about whether or not I'd want to like do certain things like that. I think that doing the Coelia green shade on all of the blues and bits towards the end is going to blend everything quite nicely together there. But let's just keep working. Let's just keep working, chat. Oh, do you mean the membrane on the wings? I mean, that might be a good idea, actually. Lol, hardware. I like that. I like that redeem. It's silly. I was gonna go with like a deep pink kind of color. Because I'm choosing to have the gold mostly on the metallics. So my idea was to go with like a deep pink kind of color for the things. But I don't know. The idea of doing pink isn't a bad shout. I mean, of doing gold isn't a bad shout. I'm just not sure how it would work, especially with gold elements on the armor clipping into it. I feel like leaving it white is probably not the good call either, because it's going to be a pain. It's just going to be a pain to like get it to look good, given there's already overlap on it. I think pink and burgundy is probably the way to go. He's going to stand out so much from everything else we're doing. Which I suppose makes sense. I'm not sure if I want to go with purple armor on Fulgrim, though. Like, the rest of my army is that sort of classic Emperor's Children purple. But I feel like doing that with Fulgrim might just make him blend in too much. But he's already going to stand out in a big way, so I don't know. It's a hard decision, honestly, chat, like, painting a character like this. Because he's already a standout model, and you want him to really, like, look like a standout model, so he has to, like, be visibly different to everything else. I really like these this Croc Score Scales color. I think it's really nice. It kind of makes me want to paint an army of lizard men. Or Seraphon, or whatever they're called in Age of Sigmar. What's my favorite Souls-like game? Ooh, that's gonna be Elden Ring. Gonna be Elden Ring. Good luck, PSX. Definitely Elden Ring. Lies of P is a close second, followed by Dark Souls 3, I'd say. There is something kind of equally charming about Dark Souls 1. It's got, even if it, by today's standard, it's a bit janky and unrefined. I also felt like Dark Souls 2 was a bit overhated. Code Vein's aight if you want easy Souls. Like, it's not easy, but it's definitely the easiest of all the Dark Souls games I've played. I don't feel like scared playing Code Vein the way every other Souls-like has done its best to scare me. You just completed your first Dark Souls 1. Ooh, how did you find Dark Souls 1? You sent me an email about the part you thought you could paint gold. Okay. Let me check later. If I went with the wing membranes as gold. I mean, you know what I could do? I could do the little claw things in gold. That would probably look quite nice. How did you find... Also, which ending did you get? Because I've only done one Dark Souls run. I might do a second. Wait, no, I did do New Game Plus at one point, I think. Did I? Chat, I can't remember. Did we do New Game Plus in Dark Souls? We might have done New Game Plus with crowd control, possibly. I can't remember. If we did, it was last year sometime. I don't think we did New Game Plus. I'm just gonna focus on getting these wing knuckles done. How did I do them on the other side? And then it just sort of like starts to blend in there. Just smudge that. Blend that. Yeah, I really like this paint. It's just really, it's really just a nice, like, there's something about the color that's just very pleasing to my eyes, you know? Your first Souls was Dark Souls 3. I loved Dark Souls 3. You walked away from the fire. Nice. I think that's what I did the first time. God, which ending do you get in Dark Souls 3? Because there's apparently like 3 or 4 different endings in Dark Souls 3. Chat guided me to do some secret stuff and get the true ending. But there's other things I want to do, I want to see. Because I goofed up some of the quests by mistake. I remember I made a mistake. I made a mistake and I didn't mean to. I lost access to some of the endings. Wow. Let me have a look at this email you've sent me. Oh, those bits. I don't know that I could do that, honestly. That seems very, very difficult because it's only a tiny little line. I'd probably mess it up. Can't recall which Dark Souls 3, it was so long ago. You need to watch them again. Dark Souls 3 has fantastic endings. I don't know what the other endings are. But yeah, I'm very curious. I'm very curious. I like playing with crowd control so chat can mess with the game. But sometimes it's a bit of a nightmare. Sometimes it's really nice because chat can heal me and stuff when I'm having a really hard time. But let's be honest, most of the time chat does the bully and gets me killed. Which is fine because it makes great clip material most of the time. Which Elden Ring ending have I done? Lord of the Frenzied Flame and the Rani the Moon Witch ending. And I think I've done... Have I done another one? I don't remember, chat. I've done Lord of the Frenzied Flame, for sure. And I've done the Rani ending. I don't think I've done any of the other endings. I'm pretty confident I haven't. God, I love doing all of the quests in Elden Ring, though. It's such a wonderful, like, world they've built. It just makes me happy to be in there exploring. I'm going to do another Elden Ring stream run with Pink at some point. I don't know if I'll stream it. I might not stream it. But I'll be part of a seamless co-op run. I think it'll be seamless co-op. It might not be. It might not be. But I'll be there to support either way. And it'll be a fun time. But that won't be happening until after we finish Baldur's Gate. I don't know if I want to stream another Elden Ring run just yet, though. I'm pretty sure Pink wants to go for the Moonwife ending. I wouldn't mind doing the necromancer, the hot goth chick lady, the one who's everyone's wife. I can't remember what her name is. The one who gives you hugs. You went with Rani. You started doing Frenzied, and then you went, no, change your mind. I think that's fair. I really like the Frenzied Flame ending, really. I know that, our good friend who gives us Torrent does not like the Frenzied Flame ending. Melina. Yeah, she doesn't like the Frenzied Flame ending. I think I'm getting quite nice blends here, honestly. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out for the most part. If I can get these these blue tones done, I will be overall quite happy. Next week I'll probably spend, like, off stream, I'll probably end up tidying up all the overspilled areas off stream. Yeah, I think everyone likes Rani's ending. Though I don't know what the canon... I think one of the default endings is meant to be the canon ending. Like, if you don't do any of the side stuff. Which I guess makes sense if the default ending is always the canon ending in games. So it would also make sense if the stuff you do to get all the extra side stuff is also the canon ending. But, yeah. There can only be one canon. I wonder if they'd do an Elden Ring 2 chat. I'm also sad about Duskbloods being a Switch 2 exclusive because I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not. I'd really like to, but no, I'm not buying a Switch 2 just to play Duskbloods and a handful of games that, let's be honest, the console has priced most people out of picking up, which is a shame. It is a real shame. It's a real shame. I was tempted to like get the Switch 2 until I heard about the pricing of everything on it, and I'm just like, no. Life is too short and expensive to spend that much on a console. To play what? Pokemon and a single Souls-like? No. No. That would be silly. As much as I love Pokemon. No. Besides, I feel like while there will be definitely be a few early adopters, I feel like Nintendo will eventually drop their prices because they'll realize that it's just greedy. It's just greedy what they're doing, and it just sets a bad example. It's not cool. Anyway, I'm not going to rant anymore about Nintendo. I think the GameCube era was probably the main time I gave a shit about Nintendo products. Since I had one. Well, God, GameCube was such a good console though. It really was. No, I'll probably be able to do the pinks as well tonight, I think. All the like flayed areas of skin and all that. It's a bit like that still for Bloodborne and Demon Souls. However, Nintendo don't have much else. Yeah. Yeah. I have Bloodborne, but Bloodborne is a lot harder than any of the other Souls-likes I've played. I still haven't, like, I occasionally, like, try and play it a bit off-stream, but I still can't get the hang of the parry mechanics on it. And they are integral to the game, because it doesn't give you nearly as much of a margin for error with your dodge as every other Souls-like does. Even Lies of P gives you a bit more of a dodge window than Bloodborne, I feel like. I've struggled in the first area, and I've not actually gotten out into the world of Bloodborne. I should probably play Demon Souls at some point. Demon Souls is apparently quite good. Is it also a PlayStation exclusive? I feel like it might be. PS5 only. Really? I thought Demon Souls was an old game. Oh yeah, it got a remaster, didn't it? I think Pink has a PS5. found a random hair on my model. Okay. What's next is we are going to use the darkest of the greens. Do I have my Coelia green shade here? I do not. Actually, before we do that, we need to still use Pterodon scales a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Here. Just to blend these areas together a bit more. Ah. That works. I'll do the same for this one. See how far does it go? I think that works. Yeah. Okay, cool. What's PlayStation at the moment? It's about time to do it. It's about time to do PC. You can do on emulators. Pink has a PlayStation 4. That's true. Pink does have a PlayStation 4. Oh, if the giveaway doesn't pop up, it means you've already entered Bluebird. So it's still the same giveaway that we've had for the past like couple weeks. It ends next week though. I'm looking for a paint. Not that I need it immediately. I just would like to have it so that I have it handy for next time. Wait, there's 2 paints I need. There's one of them. I'll use that before I use the next one I need to find. My Coelia green shade. I'm just looking for paint. Where are you? I know you're in here because I found you by accident the other day. Instead of what I was actually looking for. I suppose on one hand I could use the ink, but that's a very thick pigment. Very strong pigment. And I don't want to tint everything too much. Ah, where is this paint? Cool. Right, I'm set for doing everything that is green on this miniature, I think. I have everything I think I need for doing the green segments. first of all, I'm going to use Pterodon Turquoise. It's the first time using this paint as well. So I think this is a less vibrant and much more deeper sea kind of green. So we're going to try and use it relatively sparingly. What I want this one to do is to really just get into these areas here. Just help push the contrast just a little bit more. It's not too different from Croc-Score scales, I think. I think it's just a little bit deeper. But we're just gonna carefully go along the edges just to deepen that a bit where it joins the scales, I think. I might want to go over this before I do the shade paint with the ink I might have mentioned a bit earlier. Because while on paper it doesn't look different, I know that this is basically this. It's a slightly greener tint as well. I think would be nice to go into. Yeah, I'm not sure that this is actually doing what I want it to. I think that this is too similar. You know what? I'll try it here. Yeah, no, I think I need higher contrast. Okay, that's fine. I can do higher contrast easily enough. Because there's no point. It's just going to waste my time if I just go into it this way. So we're going to do a custom blend with Cthulhu Green, as I call it. 2 drops of that. 3 drops of that, actually, because we're going to need quite a bit of it. 3 drops of Cthulhu Green. And we typically diluted it with, for every drop, it was about a 3:2 ratio. 1, 2, 5, 6. If I recall correctly. I could be wrong, mind you. But if we mix up the ratio and it's too thin, we can always add to it. So that's fine. But this is a much like greener tone, so I'm hoping that it will help. Create more contrast. I think that's a bit... Oh, I know what to do. Do I? Maybe. I think I do. Yeah, I think I diluted it too much. It's not a super dark green, though. I do think it tints it a little bit. It actually makes it a bit more green than it was before. Anyway, I've only really used this on metals, and it's a bit different there than it seems to be here. Okay, what are we doing? I'm not entirely sure if this is a stark enough contrast. I'm sure I'll be fine though. I'm just trying to like tint these bits to be a bit more of a sea green. I think that's a bit, I don't know. I think it's nice to add the tonal variance, but I still wish it was a bit darker. I might add, what do we do to make this darker, chat? I'm thinking I can either tint the ink with black, which should probably do the trick. I probably wouldn't need much, or I can tint it with a deep blue. What do we think, chat? I think deep blue is not dark enough. Purple, but I think that might change the tone just a bit too much. I think we'll go with carbon black. I think that should work. That's too much. That's too much. God, that's annoying. Okay. Carbon black is such a powerful pigment. I don't think I can use I know. I just need to get the ratio right. I think it's 2. I think I just need 1 drop of carbon black into the mix. 1 drop of carbon black into the mix. Anything more than that and it's too dark. That feels right to my eyes. One more drop of Cthulhu green. 2. I think it's because carbon black is such a strong pigment. That I think feels a bit more right. It's still very dark. I don't know, chat. I don't really think you guys can see what I'm doing, and I can barely see what I've done here. But I think think this is gonna work. Now I have to use all of this today because otherwise... Otherwise I won't quite be enough of it. Yeah, this is what I was hoping for. It's very dark in the recesses. Exactly what we need to like create that high contrast in the recesses. Is what I'm thinking. Shading the whole thing? No, not with this. We'll do a Coelia green shade wash over everything later. This is mostly just where the scales and the fins get in touch with the turquoise. I just want to create a bit more contrast because it's going to be like, it's going to be a very bright pink is what the fins are going to be. Fading into purple. And I just kind of want to create a bit more contrast between like different areas of the turquoise. If that makes sense. Just to help define the shape a bit more. I've just realized I've been doing that off stream. Just to help define the shape a bit more, you know? I feel like it's doing the job. I feel like this mix is doing the job. We'll do an all over, a very thin Coelia green shade wash over the whole thing later though. At least I think I will. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. I don't want this to be too prominent. I don't want it to tint the turquoise too much. I just want to hopefully create a relatively smooth blend into the dark areas. Like all the underbelly I'll probably tint with this. Like I'll get into all the knuckle joints. Common black is really going to help pick out all of the little wrinkles in the thing. Which will be nice. But great, I don't really need to be super careful. I just need to make sure that my brush is on the right spot. I'm almost certainly going to have to redo all of the metal work, I think. But that's fine. It's like I felt like it was too blue. And I just feel like this is going to help make it a bit more of a sea green kind of color. What I wanted it to go to in the darker bits. So for this, we're just lining in, defining the cake better. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what we are doing. We are defining the cake better. And I'm not afraid to admit that, chat. If you have this kind of cake on a miniature, if you're not presenting it well, then what's the point? You are doing it a disservice. Like baking a nice cake and you don't like put that thing on a nice plate and show it off. What are you doing, my guy? I found more bits I need to redo. Fuck. Well, not that I need to redo. It's bits I thought I'd painted but hadn't. I'll quickly do that before I forget. There are lots of quite hard to reach places that you can't really sub-assembly paint on this model. Like the inside bits here that like you might not necessarily realize you haven't done. Then you'll start looking at it from a different angle and be like, oh shit, I can see bare fucking primer under there. And it'll be really annoying. But I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Like I hope that you can see like where it goes a bit more green and darker in the recesses. I think it blends quite nicely. It's not super out there. And it creates a nice tint to the metallic scales we've got going on. I'm going to need to go over and redo the metallic scales. I'm going to do that before I do the wash, because I want the metallic scales to blend in with the sort of like sea green flesh we've got going on here. I'm going to just add a bit more to the cake. A bit more depth to it. Don't at me, chat. I'm not being a degenerate. I'm just painting in the detail. You can't even say anything because that's literally what I'm doing. There. The cake depths. The depths of the cake. The absolute depth of this cake, chat, needs to be painted and presented appropriately. It's a really fun model to paint, in all honesty. There's so much to play with on it. It's like, it's how I try and look at miniature painting, is like, you're just playing with color. Because if I start thinking about it as a process or as work, then it can stress me out on occasion. I don't let it too much, but like, yeah. More so than I'd like it to. But I hope you can see that how that's like really pushing contrast there from all the way in this very bright bit to just how it goes really, really dark there. And then you can see how it goes from like white to blue to turquoise to green. I feel like I can see it a lot better than you guys can, but I think we've got it at the point where it can show up on camera quite well. And if we can do that, then that's the important bit, right? I'm still not sure what model I want to enter into Froggy's painting competition. I might finish off Azazel off stream and do it that way, because there's not much to do on Azazel. I just want to like punch up a bit some of the whites to be a bit brighter. And maybe tidy up the sword a little bit. Maybe. And then base it. I've got a cool base concept. I've decided I'm not going to base him on a round square base, or on a round base. I'm just going to use him as the leader for my Old World Chaos Warriors army eventually. I do want to run the Old World Warriors of Chaos army at some point. Hopefully if they do some new Slanesh sculpts, I can get the Old Lord on the boob snake. I always wanted that miniature. Never allowed to get it. Many sad. Well, my parent was not a very, my dad was not a very conservative person. For some reason, he didn't want me getting the boob snake or the noise marine or the Emperor's Children when I was a kid. And I'm just like, what? Why? I want boob snake. I didn't even think of it as boob snake. I just liked the guy riding it. I thought he had really cool armor. You know? He had this really cool helmet and this really cool shield and this really cool like armor set, and he just stood out in a way that like none of the other Warriors of Chaos champions did. Big fan of that aesthetic. Big fan of that aesthetic. It reminds you of the old Merworm colors. Yeah, I mean, I read the description and how they were like leaning away from Snake in the design and more into like the old aquatic nature of Slanesh, and how they wanted to make him more of a Leviathan, like godlike creature in his design. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna lean into that for the paint scheme. So I wanted like iridescent fish scales, which is why you get like the shimmer from like green to blue on the metallics. And I wanted to have his body with more aquatic themed colors. I think the overall aesthetic of what I wanted to do is coming through. I just need to stop finding bits that I need to go over again, because every now and then I see a bit and I'm like, why? Why are you there? Be gone from my sight and be covered with paint. I'd say probably that's my main concern with painting a model like Fulgrim, is just how much there is and how easy it is to miss bits because of how much of him there is. He's definitely going to stand out among the Emperor's children in my army, though, because everyone else is like this very rich, deep purple. The boob snake will be in total war. I know, I'm excited. I'm excited for boob snake. It's the only way I'll get to own the miniature. Maybe if DLC sales go well, or when they do a second edition, they'll do another reissue of more old kits. Because they didn't have any of the deity-specific Chaos Champions. I don't know what the main storyline of the old world is going to be, though. I don't even know if anyone in my area plays the old world. I just want an old world. I want Cathay and I want Warriors of Chaos. And then if Pink wants an army, and I think it's a cool project, I might jump in and do it for her, maybe. Mostly because, like, painting Warhammer Fantasy Battle in the old world just makes me full of nostalgia because it was my favorite game system as a kid. And a really nice high elf army. I hope they do Dogs of War at some point. Or Tylea. I really liked the Dogs of War and the Tylean regiments we got out of that. God, I don't even know which edition of Fantasy Battle it was, but it was a very early 90s one. It was around the time they did that big plastic fortress set, which was very cool. I'm glad I've accidentally... I'm annoyed it took me so many different attempts to get the right mix of green and black. But I'm glad we got there. And I'm glad the actual way of mixing it has created enough for the project. I don't think unless I make a really big mistake. Knock wood. Someone, please. Well, I mean, I say this brush is made of wood. Therefore, I am touching wood. Yeah. I shouldn't need to make any more of it. I shouldn't. Zavi, hey, how you doing? Cute stripes. Oh, on my hand. So, I know some people complain and worry about me getting, like, absorbing paint into my skin, even though it's non-toxic. But, like, this is the best way to test opacity on paints, is to just, like, do a little thing on the back of your hand, okay? It's just, yeah. It needs to happen. Wow. It needs to happen. I'm still not 100% sure, chat, if I want to do the armor in purple or not. What do you think? Should we do the purple armor or should we leave it silver? Because I'm not entirely sure anymore. I thought, like, I think silver will make him really stand out, but I feel like it won't unify him with the army very well. I'm also not sure where I'm going to add purple onto him, because he is going to have some of the same purple that the rest of the army has as a primary color. I'm just not sure where. You built another war crime gunpla. Which one is it? Because saying a war crime gunpla does not narrow it down, Zavi. It does not. It does not. Wow. I also need to figure out how to do a water base. I've got an idea, and I've got something I'm gonna base my work on. I've got a lot of diorama effects by Vallejo. And I've got some slate stones, which I'm gonna paint up to be like icebergs. Or well, shattered ice or something. Make it look like he's just broken through like an ice shelf or something. I feel like that would look really cool. Okay. Now we just need to do a very thin unifying wash on that. After. Get into the depths of the Fulgrim. In fairness, mostly that's going to get covered up by armor. We will paint over all the bits that need scales done, and then at the end we're going to do a Coelia green shade on it. Mega sized unicorn is 10 times than the what the fuck? Oh my god. Do you mean the 10 times bigger than the but I thought the perfect grade was like 1:60 scale, the biggest they made. It sounds like you're doing like a person-sized Gundam. Holy shit, that sounds amazing. Really cool. Post it in Discord if you're in Discord. I want to see it. I want to see it. Wow. I want to see it. Wow. You'll post? Give me a sec. Oh, yay. I want to see. I guess it would either be an art and hobbies or cool shit. I don't mind which. But as long as I get to see the thing. You know, I'm not sure where I'm going to put this on here, in all honesty. There's not really, it doesn't really have that same kind of clear edge. So I think I'm just going to use the unifying wash. The real question is how much... No, I will do the metallics first. I'll do the metallic first. I will do the metallic first. So we are, once again, where's our Turbo Dork Twin Suns? We're using Twin Suns on the metallic, then we're going to go over it with the Coelia green shade. I might go over the metallic with this later. I might do. You really need to mix this shit up before you use it though. So my goal, chat, tonight is to do the basic skin tones, and if I can do anything more than that, great. But if I can't, then as far as I'm concerned, that's my stream goal for the day done. And unless I have more stuff, oh, I don't think my cat is liking the sound of this paint pot getting vibrated. Lol. Fulgrim and his ass. Yes. It is a good ass. I wonder if I should add some highlights to it though. I feel like I might need to. What do we think, chat? Should we highlight the ass? I feel like we should. Just a little spot highlight. Just on there. What color would we highlight his ass? I mean, it's clearly just going to be a bright blue. A very pale blue. I feel like it's I feel like to sell the idea that it's shiny. Because he's all slick and eely and like a fish. We have to step up in brightness quite a bit. Let me have a look. What do we have? What do we have? We do have a lot of blues. Electric blue? Hang on, I've got a color chart here. Let me have a look. Game, I think electric blue is the brightest we have. I don't know though. Electric blue doesn't seem like it's the right color temperature to really fit in. But then again, that might not be a bad thing. They go freehand on it in a slightly pinkish color. No. Kiss, marry, kill, Fulgrim / Lucius. Kiss, marry, kill. Marry Slanesh, obviously. Kill Fulgrim, because you don't want to kill Lucius, cause hacks and bullshit. Lucius has bullshit hacks, chat. So you don't want to kill him. This is a fact. I'm gonna mix electric blue with wolf grey. What do you think? This looks like it'll probably be quite a nice highlight tone. I think it'll be quite stark. Let's add a glaze medium to it, because this will make it a little bit shiny as well as thinning it down a bit. Very bright blue color. Okay, I think that'll do. I know what I need to do. I need to stipple this. Is his ass sufficiently highlighted, chat? I feel like it is. I'm gonna need to stipple this up after it's dried a bit. We can't just have the singular layer of highlighting here. We have to build it up a little bit more. I'm not highlighting any other parts of his skin. You have 2,000 plus beans, chat. What would you...
One ring to rule them all.
Lol. Yes. I didn't expect that. I never expect people to do the text-to-speech redeem with my own voice sample. Shothai, I hope that you're ready for this. The amazing redeem that is the Shothai redeem. Are you not entertained, chat? Are you not? Ah, I have been bonked. But why comment? What did I do? You know what, I need a smaller brush for this, let's be honest. Hey Falling, how you doing? We are painting Fulgrim. We are doing highlights as chat demanded. We are highlighting the cake.
One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie.
Chat, do you think that the AI voice sounds like me? I feel like it becomes a little bit Australian for some reason. But I know that Pink's AI voice does that as well. How you doing, Fulgrim? I mean, Fulgrim? Falling? Alive, full of Denny's. Nice. Oh, by the way, you still haven't picked your combat patrol. I'm gonna start work on fungi's soon. I should have it sent out by probably like July at the latest. Wow, whomst bonketh me. You sent me some. I did see. Sorry, I haven't checked. I will check in but a moment. I just want to finish this highlight, and then when I leave it to dry, I will check. Blend that in. I need to wet this. I need to wet this. This isn't right. That's okay. That's okay, Falling. There's no rush. I'm certainly not going to get through it quickly at all. You need to sleep, Kata-chan. Okay, well, thank you for hanging out. I will see you later, okay? I hope you have a good sleep, and thank you for hanging out. Let me have a look. Oh, that looks cool as hell. That truck looks cool as hell. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Need to keep drinking my coffee. It's probably a file size issue. That would make the most sense to me. What do you think, chat? Is that shiny enough? Do we think that is highlighted enough? I feel like it is. I'm not 100% sure though. Maybe we should add the same highlight on his back. Yeah, I should probably add the same highlight to his back. So it kind of looks a little bit out of place just on its own. I could actually, while I'm doing this, add lots of little highlights to like all of the little wrinkles that he's got on his snake, on his like serpent body. It probably worked quite well actually. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay. I'm gonna use a different brush. I'm gonna use a sharper brush for this bit. Wipe off the excess. Now this is going to be quite a step up in terms of color. To a lot of it. But I think it'll help blend it in nicely. Let's see. I think that works. I might not need that unifying shade, actually. I feel like it all kind of works together quite well. Already quite a lot of shading on it as well, but I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. About 50-50 electric blue with wolf grey, and then glaze medium. Just so I remember later. I need to mix up more of this. I don't think I will, but you never know. It's quite a nice soft, like, babyish blue kind of color as well. Just also do this to create a bit more texture on the model as well, which is nice. Make sure I'm just using the thinnest part of the brush for these strokes. Okay, Major. I'll take a look in a sec. Once I finish this segment. Let's see if I brush over this bit, will hopefully help cover that. It does. Okay. That brings it up into the brightness and it helps cover that seam. And that's a 2-for-1 now. Like that. God. I have never put so much effort into things like highlighting before. But you kind of have to for these big centerpiece models, I think. Otherwise, it just might not look that good compared to how it could. And you got to really make it. Work. Also nice to kind of take the time to create this kind of texture. It's very relaxing. Helps blend everything together as well. Because we're not doing super thick coats, like it's about 50% opacity is what we're working on. So when it's dried, we can in fact just go over and do more layers or not, depending on just how much we want to push this. The important thing is that we're not going too far on certain bits. I do think we want to do that whole unifying shade thing I was talking about before, after this though. Just to help it all blend together, because it will keep the texture. It will keep the texture after it. I don't know how well it shows up on stream though. I think you can see what I've been trying to do here. I think you can, like, can you does it show up well? I think it does. I think it does. I think you guys can kind of see like the little wrinkles and whatnot I've been adding. Not quite done with it though yet. Got these bits on the inside. I don't know I want to do all of them. Because that's a lot. Do I want to do the whole unifying shade? I'm not so sure. Every time I like think about it, I'm like, no. But then it's like other times I'm just like, yeah, I should. I think I do want to do it deep down. I think it'll help. I just need to make sure that I thin it down a bit, because I don't want to repeat of what happened with Azazel, where the whole model ends up getting dyed basically by the by the shade. Okay. I think that's enough texturing. I think we need to switch to doing the metallics on the scales. Finally. A gatto, a fluffy gatto. Yes, that's Haru. As long as it's visible, that's the important thing. Cat. If you request it, I will pat the cat. But you have to request it. Haru has her. She is a very floofy cat. Pat the cat? I will pat the cat. I love how she just like leans into it as soon as it happens and then she just settles. She's such a chill cat. Everyone loves the Haru. Where's my metallics brush? Anyway, I'm gonna use some glaze medium. That should be enough. I think this is one of my metallics brushes. I might need to mix more paint because that's very watery and I don't want it to be watery. I want it to be a little bit thicker than that. There's fortunately not too much I need to do with it. There's just a couple of bits where I need to go over it again with the metallic paint. Okay. I really like this color. It's such a nice, like, iridescent kind of look. And it just fits so well with what we're doing with this character. I might need to dry brush it in a little bit of silver. Possibly just to bring up a bit more texture on it. 'Cause it's very, even though it's not flat, it doesn't quite. It doesn't quite, outside of the iridescence, it doesn't really have much of a defined shape, if that makes sense. That's my one concern with this paint. Yeah, just a very, very small amount of dry brush, silver dry brush over this should probably work wonders. Especially when we go over it with the green later. That's probably going to end up being the very last thing we do on the stream. Going over it with the green shade. I really like this paint though. I think it looks very cool. So chat, are you guys working on any hobby stuff tonight? Oh, that reminds me, I need to check that Gundam, don't I? And the truck pictures and the videos. I will check them momentarily. I'm gonna finish with this initial paint on this segment. Then I will check in Discord chat, I promise. Someone please remind me if I don't. Please remind me in like a couple of minutes. I know me, I do hyper focus and I forget things. I don't mean to, it's just the tism doing the tism things in my brain. GF and trees in Space 21. Wait, what? What do you mean, PSX? I'm so confused. What does that mean? Space Marine 1 is a good game if anyone's not played it before. Space Marine 2 is I just feel like it's kind of mostly dependent on the modding community to create content for it at this point, because its focus is not pumping out content in a timely manner for a game that really cost a lot of money for what it is. But you know, that's just my opinion. Deadfire, you did the silliest thing. You're level 69 and have 6,669 XP out. Lol. Working on a Golden Frogger. Ah, cool. What are you doing for Golden Frogger? I'm not sure what I want to do on Golden Frogger. I thought you meant girlfriend stuff. Like, I forget. Golden Frogger is also called GF. What are you doing for Golden Frogger? I'm thinking I'll either do because I don't think I'm, unless Frogger moves me to the display category, I'm entering for the tabletop category because I don't know how to paint a display miniature. I just try and make things look good and not take a bazillion years painting them. I don't know if I'm actually going to have time to get anything ready by the deadline of Golden Frog. I know it's only like 2 weeks away. It's only 2 weeks away. I'm definitely not going to have anything in time for Mecha May. I really wanted to do something for Mecha May. But I'll probably do Mecha May next year. I'm kind of annoyed with myself, but like, it's just time management, and I suck at it sometimes. I say sometimes, all the time. I'm always bad at time management, chat. It is just a fact of life. I'm gonna need to repaint all of the gold on this miniature. I'm absolutely certain of it. How are you finding Space Marine 1 though? I wish they had more, I wish like the multiplayer servers had more people playing it. But I think the Space Marine 1's multiplayer is way better than Space Marine 2's. Oh god, I've just realized there's something I've forgotten. One last bit. These tiny little scales here. I'm annoyed that they've got these two just random scales on the torso. So you've kind of got to just pick them out. Where the scales on everywhere else is just you know, clearly there. In their own designated little spot. Where the hell is my... There it is. Welcome back, Major. What did you miss? You missed me reminding myself to do things when I finished with what I'm doing right now. And me painting and stuff. I need to check your truck pics and vidya. I need to check a cool Gundam, which I'm excited for. I need to finish with the scales. When the scales are done, I will check all of the things on Discord that I haven't checked yet. Maybe I'll do Fulgrim and Golden Frogger. I really want to get Fulgrim done, but I just feel like I probably won't have time to finish him because I'm liking sharing this project on stream. It's a nice stream project. It's not going to be done quickly, and I know it's not. Which is also my concern. Like, this is gonna take a long time to finish, I think. Okay. Right. We're almost done, chat. I swear. We're almost done for the night. Send down Coelia Green Shade after this. After we do the thing. Because you don't look at the top of chat. There's no sound on the videos. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. Okay, let's have a look. You just play the main story of the games. Since you have a lot of games to do. That's fair. One thing I like about the story of Space Marine 1 is that it's not super long. It's a good campaign. Like, it's a really good campaign. I think the level designs are fantastic in how they take you from one fight to the next. Oh god, Katachan's Sanguinal looks fucking amazing. Holy shit. Did you just finish that tonight? I mean, no, he's gone to bed, hasn't he? Fuck. God, that's some good shit. Oh my god, these Gundams are gigantic. Holy shit. Oh my god. Those are amazing. Let's have a look at the thing. Oh, these are cool. Man, that truck simulator does a lot of work. Holy shit, that looks so realistic. Even at the low resolution, like that looks fantastic. That's really cool. Show thigh, but comment, we already have show thigh, so that means I have to put them away. They go away now. That's how that works. Unless you want to undo your decision, then I'll refund the redeem, lol. It's up to you, comment. How dare you're trying to... Oh, rip, that's why I just dropped from YM con match. Lol, you're trying to update. Undo. Undo. Okay, I will refund you. Some people think I'll actually show thighs. And there's a chance I will actually show thigh. But it depends. It depends entirely on whether or not I'm... Hey, Pink. Oh. Okay. Lol.
Hi, chat. Hi, how are you?
Control Z, Control Z, lol. How much? Oh, it's only 2K. But like, whether or not I show actual thigh on stream is entirely down to whether or not I'm wearing anything that lets that happen. Also, I've just realized you can see butt on my VTuber model.
Oh yeah, you got the butt fang.
What do you mean the butt fang?
The butt fang, like you know how you have like little skin fangs or like little sticky out fangs.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, when I lean back, you can kind of see it. You can see the it's like inside boob. It's like side boob, but like on the butt.
It's a butt fang.
It's a butt fang. A butt fang. God, am I gonna get banned for that? Twitch won't ban me for that, will they?
Probably not.
They might do. Twitch are a bit weird about things.
I mean, it is a very short skirt.
It is a very short skirt, yes. Twitch and double standards. Huh? Yeah, no, I don't think they'd do it, but like, I don't know.
You got some paint on the lip.
I do?
Yeah. It's like,
Is it paint?
it's something.
I can't see what it is, lol.
Oh, well.
Wow.
Okay, I leave you alone.
Okay.
Bye, chat for.
Yeah, I'm still not sure what color I want the armor to be, chat. Okay. I'm gonna do two things. First of all, we are going to dry brush very, very carefully. We're gonna very carefully dry brush the scales silver. Twitch hates cute girls. Shake my head. True. Sometimes. It depends. It depends on whether or not the Twitch mods goon on the girls. Now that's the real debate, like deciding factor as to whether or not someone gets banned or not on Twitch. And sometimes they'll just get a token ban for like 3 hours or some shit. Just to make it look like the Twitch mods are doing something. That's how it works. Also, by the way, chat, I've got these new Army Painter dry brushes. They're like the makeup brushes I was using before, but they're a bit better. I really like them. They're a good time. Fantastic time. Would recommend. If only Glacial Geek was here, then he could plug his code for Army Painter. You know, I really like these dry brushes. They're just really nice. I just want to catch the edges of the scales, chat. That's all I want to do. I don't want to catch anything else. So I'm very worried I'm going to fuck this up. No, not fungi, not you, not like Twitch mods as in channel mods, as in Twitch mods as in like the people that are employed by Twitch, lol. But I don't know. Are you a gooner? Do you goon for me? Is that what happens? I don't know. I assume not. But even if you did, I assume you wouldn't tell me. Well, I feel like it'd be a bit. I don't know. I don't really want to know. In all honesty. Wow. Kiss, marry, kill, Mortarian, Nurgle, Typhus. No. Comment. No. 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 Kill them all. This would certainly upset the frog as a Nurgle stand. But she's a stinky frog, so, well. Okay. That was a very light dry brush. I think we got what we wanted across. Just a couple of bits ended up looking silver. Not too big a deal. So, I guess we'll switch to the Coelia green shade and start ending this whole little segment. I'm gonna quickly have a look and see just how deep this is. It's quite a. You know, that's gonna tint really a lot. I'm gonna thin this out. I'm gonna thin that with some glaze medium. Which should hopefully make everything look very shiny as well, which is what I want. About that should be like, there should be a good ratio. We don't really want to be like properly. We don't want to be like absolutely. We just want a nice thin layer over everything to kind of just pull it all together. Like, we're not trying to make any drastic tonal shifts here. We're just gonna wash over all the fleshy bits we've done. It's kind of like putting a filter on a photo on your phone. You just need to do the thing just a little. It just like brings everything together. Just a little bit. Hey, apathetic. Show the Fulgrim cake. You may look at the cake. You may lay your eyes upon it. Speaking of cake, I'm just gonna add a highlight to it. A little highlight. Just a little highlight. But yes, we have the best Primarch because they bring cake everywhere they go. Not only did they bring cake, they brought the whole goddamn fucking bakery. Wow, I've been bonked. Perfection. Yes. Okay, Comet. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful sleep. And I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Yeah. It's always lovely to see you. Wow. Next week, we're probably going to do more work on Fulgrim. Almost certainly. We're going to try and get the wings down and all the other fleshy bits. I think the last thing we're going to do is the armor, in all honesty. We started out with it, and then I feel like, in hindsight, that was just a big mistake. But, you know, we live and learn, right? Like Shadow the Hedgehog. Also, if you haven't watched Sonic 3 movie or played Sonic Adventure Battle 2, you should do both of those things. Not in any particular order, though. I do think if you've played Sonic Adventure Battle 2, it might make Sonic 3, the movie, even better. But, like, that's just, like, my opinion, man. I quite like Quellia Green Shade. It feels very earthy. It's a lot more muted than everything else, so I feel like it's good for grounding the colors. We've thinned it down quite a lot, so it's not. It's only about a 1-to-1 ratio though, so it's not very. It's not going to tint it too much, if at all. Though it will feed into the recesses quite nicely. I also think I've ended up using more of it than I realized I would, but that's fine. We can just get more onto the palette. We've never actually used this paint before, so I'm glad it worked the way I thought it was going to. It really blends the turquoise into the pale blue areas, which I'm quite happy with. We are going to need more of it though. We are going to need to thin it in the same way, otherwise it'll look inconsistent. Which we don't want. Okay. That's the wing bits done. I think they could go together quite well, honestly. Every now and then I keep going back to these highlights and just like trying to get them to look right to my eye. Okay. No, so next what we're going to do is we are going to shade in these arms, which you may have thought we weren't going back to, but as we are going to, we're trying to get the we're trying to get consistent coloring between the body and all the other bits. You're also heading to bed? Wow. Okay, apathetic. Well, thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful sleep. Okay. Like the color scheme. First time seeing white and blue. Oh, it's not going to stay white. It's not going to stay white, though. I think I'll leave the armor. I might leave the armor silver. I'm still... Every time I think about it, I'm just being very indecisive. It's a problem. It's a problem, chat. I'm not normally very indecisive about colors, but it's hard. It's hard to pick just what's right for what we're doing. Because we kind of need to see in context how it's going to look, if that makes sense. Which means we can't really decide on the armor color until we see all the rest of the miniature. Because purple might not look good. I feel like it will, but yeah, can never be sure. I think we'll probably end up going with the purple armor, just to make him fit in with the rest of the army. But like, Fulgrim is not the kind of guy who's going to care about fitting in with his army, so like, does that even make sense? I suppose it makes sense from like a tabletop war game kind of perspective, and like, hey, I want my whole army to have a relatively unified look. But then Fulgrim already stands out quite a bit in this army because he's, you know, a big Leviathan snake creature with blue and green skin. So he's already standing out a fair bit. So maybe I don't really need to care about, like, his armor not matching the rest of the army. But I do like how these arms have turned out looking. It's such a simple... It was such a simple method, but I think it looks great. Wash on here. I think that looks about right. Okay, now the final bit for the night, I think. Then I'll have some dinner and go to bed, maybe. Just a nice, simple wash. I'm gonna start at the tip over here. Very just unrestrained approach to how we're washing this. I might go over the scales with a very thin recess shade before this stream is done. A very thin, just a recess shade with the mix we did before for the skin. Possibly. I'm not 100%. I'll decide by the end as to whether or not that's a thing I want to do. It doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. Just to like help define it further. But I suppose that depends on how well this does. If this defines it enough, then I won't need to. And it's looking like it's doing a pretty decent job of it already. Okay, what do we need to do? Okay, so we are doing this bit, so let's just go over it once. Nice simple wash. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Did I do this? I don't think I did. Look at this cat. She's so cute, chat. I am truly blessed when it comes to pets. I think the Quellia green shade is doing exactly what I wanted it to. It feels like it's unifying everything really well. And adding a nice layer of shade to the color shift paints we've had before. God, he's just such a big model. I need so much of it to do everything I want it to do. That's my only real complaint about this. Like, it's just so much paint. This is the wrong paint. I used contrast Croxagore scales instead of the paint I actually wanted to use. Yay me. Okay, next bit. Fuck it. We'll just use this bit of palette. I can't believe I did that. I can believe I did that. That's the kind of dumb thing I would do. He's too big. He is too big. He's a have you seen how massive this miniature is? He's fucking huge. Like, I genuinely think he's bigger than that Imperial Knight we tried. Which reminds me, I still need to go and finish that knight. God, this is so hard to hold as well. Like, he's so big and he's so hard to hold because, like, he's wet everywhere. Yeah, the Quellia green shade is doing exactly what I wanted it to. I'm happy with that. Okay, but I do need to tint some stuff. I do think there actually might be a bit too much paint in places. So let's try and use that without having to mix more wash. Okay. Okay, we're almost done, chat. Nearly done for tonight. At least with the skin, which was our goal for today. It's just to get through the skin and get all of the skin done. Let's be honest, I feel like a model of this scale, with this much detail, you kind of just have to pick one thing to focus on. Especially if you're doing a knight. Otherwise, it's just a bit overwhelming. I think that's what happened the first time I had to go at painting this guy. I've gone in with a lot more of a plan as to how I wanted to paint him today. And I think it's worked out really well for us in terms of actually just getting the model, getting a good amount of progress on the model. Okay, let's do these bits. And then I think we're basically gonna be done once I wash his butt. And you can make a joke about it, but that's literally what I'm doing. There is no need for a joke because it's happening. It's happened. Make your peace with it, chat. There's a little bit I need to wash here. And the scales and whatnot. Okay. Oh wait, no. Too much paint is loot gathered there. Let's try and put that somewhere. Yeah, no, I think we've made decent progress. Need to make sure it doesn't pool too much in places. I might have to keep an eye on that for a bit before I go to bed. He's so hard to hold. He's too big. He's wet everywhere. Shh, Tiger, about the look. Okay. Look at him. He's fucking huge. Don't fucking at me, okay? You're the guys who are trying to make it weird. I'm just here painting Warhammer, being an innocent little bean. Painting my Warhammer. Not trying to be a degenerate. Just here, painting my mini. Having a nice time. Having a nice time. A wholesome Christian time. And you're not being weird. Well, anyway. Okay, I think that's all the progress we can do tonight before it gets too late and I need to really, like, make effort to go to bed. I think it works pretty well. No, it's fine. It's fine. I play into it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Deadfire. I didn't mean to make you feel bad. Oh, Small is streaming. Have we raided into Small in the past little while? I don't think we have. I think it's been a couple of weeks since we've raided into Small. He's always a chat regular. Yeah. I don't know anyone who's doing mini painting. Usually there's more mini painters at the end of one of my hobby streams. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. I will see you tomorrow, okay? I can't remember what we're doing tomorrow. But we are doing something tomorrow. We are doing something tomorrow. I can't remember what. But we are. As always, chat, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for I hope you had a lovely, lovely time. I hope you had a lovely, lovely time hanging out with us. I always have a lovely time with you guys. So I will see you tomorrow, I hope. And if not, then sometime in the future we will hang out. We will. We will do the video games. We will do some more painting. Yeah. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye!